Then we come in after we've built up enough pain, we come in with a solution. What is our solution? Our solution is the opposite of all these. Certainty, control, better quality of life, and to avoid power outages. That's what we're offering customers. And then also we're going to give them some savings. And so we're going to give them some sort of savings is icing on the cake, by the way, too. The longer I stay in solar, the more I realize that savings is icing on the cake. Now, if you're going to offer someone to pay a $50 more per month bill, that's going to be a little bit harder to track. But savings is icing on the cake. I'm not focusing on that. That's not how I'm building my proposals or my presentation, and it's certainly not how I'm being able to present this at the door. What I want to do is I want to really agitate quality of life if they've done it. I want to agitate the lack of control. I want to agitate the uncertainty, being in the place of uncertainty. That's an emotional state. Bills, that's going to give them some sort of fear, but it's not going to be the same sort of fear as what lack of control and uncertainty does. Lack of control is going to be a corollary between bills. If they have lack of control, that means they have lack of control on their bill. That's what it's really going to come down to. And so now if you can agitate the deep structure rather than the surface structure, you guys are going to get a bit better solution. So agitating this, then we come in with solutions. Now we're presenting our solution. This is our solution. Now, during this time, you're going to do some pullbacks. We're not giving this to everybody. We're literally not. We're going to be like, okay, here's a pullback, and I just did one with you. Hey, I'm not going to work. I will say specifically, I'm not going to work with you if I can't save you money from day one. And I'm not going to work with you if there's any out-of-pocket expense for you. Most people, when they hear that, they have a little bit more confidence and peace of mind to sit with us knowing that we're not going to waste their time and we're not going to waste our time as well. So I'm going to leverage that. You're going to do some pullbacks throughout that. What's number 4?
No value.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Luke?
Yeah.
So if selling on savings isn't like the most important thing, why do you lead with, if I'm not going to save you money, then I'm not going to work with you? Is that kind of contradicting?
No, that's because those are requirements. That's giving them certainty. Like, I'm not going to come back to the house and do that. I can't say like, hey, if I don't give you absolute certainty, I'm not going to come back. That's ambiguous, right?
Yeah.
Because their certainty could be different than my certainty. But the savings, they're certain. There's no ambiguity about savings. Either I'm going to save you money or I'm not.
Okay.
Right? Any out-of-pocket expense for you, there's no ambiguity with that. I'm going to give you a better quality of life. If I can't give you better quality of life, I'm not going to go back. That's also ambiguous. Some people's quality of life is 78, some people's 72. So you can't inject that in there and put that in there in the place. So what you can do is say, like, listen, if there's any out-of-pocket expense for you, I'm not going to come back. And if I can't save you money from day one, I'm not going to come back and I'm not going to bother you guys.
Okay.
So the savings is part of it. Don't get me wrong. Savings is part of the solution.
It's not the main.
It's not the solution. It's not the main solution. If you're selling on savings and there's no savings from year one, you don't have a pot to piss in. You're never going to be able to close these people. Okay. If they don't believe you that the savings, but if you can get these people into some sort of certainty, quality of life, and control, and you can really get them to buy into this. This is deeper, anyways. These are emotional states are deeper than the savings. What can they do with savings? What is that? So if I save money, what does that do? What does that give me?
Gives you a better quality of life.
Gives you a better quality of life. What else does it give me?
Money in your pocket. Control.
It gives me certainty, right?
Certainty.
Now it gives me this, certainty.
I love it.
Gives me control. So I'm going to feed the deeper emotions, not just the savings. If you focus on surface savings, some people will buy this, but a lot of people aren't going to buy that. They're going to be like, oh, who cares? I don't care. Good, thank you. They're not going to be interested as much. If you can hit on these deeper emotional levels, then the logic will make sense because they're going to buy emotionally, they're going to justify logically. So buying emotionally, you have to get them bought in to these and the solutions of those. Buying emotionally and justifying logically, if their bill is $300 and you're giving them this, and this, and their bill's $300 and you're offering them $400 a month, how do you think that'll go over?
Not well.
Unless you've done a really good job here.
Yeah.
You better have done a badass job here, dude. You better really got them hard. These people must have been crying. Dude, you must have really got these people to buy in.
They came to you on the door practically 2 years ago. This
So you better have done a good job. You can. Here's the other thing. What I've noticed in Texas, they went through a power outage 3 years ago. So they went through a power outage in the winter, and it was sub-zero temperatures, and the 95% of Texas was without power, and people did not have the ability to heat their homes.
That's right.
There was no power. So when this happened, dude, this was a traumatic event for people.
Yes.
People got kids. Like, there's all sorts of stuff. People don't have freaking stoves, like fireplaces. So, like, the people there, how do you think this ranks?
Number
This right
one.
here.
Number one.
Power outages. What do we got to do? We got to get them to anchor them back into the state of not having power during those days, and how miserable it was. They couldn't have internet. They couldn't have any of these things because the power was out. Like, just imagine you're cast back in the Stone Age, and it's sub-zero temperatures. Like, dude, this is an emotional state that they're always going to be anchored in and remember. They're always going to remember these. So now, if you're proposing that with the battery, your bill will be $400, but now you're going to avoid this. Do you remember when you were in there? Yeah, I remember. Okay. Like, dude, how would it feel never having to worry about that ever again? Because I know that wasn't good. You can agitate that pain. You can ask them about it. You can ask them what they do with their kids. Like, what were you guys doing? How'd you guys stay warm? What was your strategy? Were you guys going to, like, the shelter? What were you guys doing to stay warm? Were you guys starting a bonfire, a neighborhood bonfire? What were you guys doing? You could really agitate that. How did you feel? Did you know when the power was going to come back on? No, I didn't know. Like, did you have any internet? No. Did you have phone service? Yeah, I had phone service, but I didn't have internet. Like, dude, that anchors them into that hardcore, painful, emotional state. Now, at that point, if I get them bought into this, and then I'm showing them a $400 bill in light of $300, and this value, would you perceive this value being greater than the $400? Yes or no?
Yes.
If you were experiencing that pain. The same thing goes true for all of these other things. I haven't found a way to agitate enough pain around the lack of control of the quality of life and the rising utility bills. I haven't found a way to justify charging an additional $100 a month, right? But you could. You don't have to sell like me. I'm probably a cheap seller, so you guys definitely don't have to be like me. But at the end of the day, we're agitating the pain. We're coming with the solutions. And what did you guys try to say that number 4 was?
Build the value.
You did that in the
Transition to the
Pullbacks.
appointment. That's
The
right.
pullbacks were included in.
transition to the close. So after all of these things, now you're going to transition to the close. So you hit step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, transitioning to the close. I have Thursday or Friday. Which day works better for you and the spouse to be here? Okay, great. What time? I have morning or afternoon. What time are both of you guys going to be home? Okay, you guys will be home at 5 o'clock. Good. So I'm asking a yes or a yes. And they're like, hey, when works good for you? Next year. Next year will work. Like into next year, next January.
Oh, no.
January 2027.
No.
Oh, no.
You frame this, Adam, in a way that you're asking a yes or yes question.
Yes, sir.
Let me look at my calendar. Oh, I've got a few spots open. We've got tomorrow or the next day. Which day works good for you and your spouse? Good. I got mornings or afternoons. I got some morning slots. I guess looks like I had 10 a.m. I got a 2 p.m. Which one of those times work good for you guys? Yes or yes? Okay, perfect. Now at the end, there's the final close. You've got them interested. They got the utility bill. During this, they gave you the utility bill. So in between here, you got the utility bill. You ask them. They might not get it to you, but you ask them. You try to get the utility bill. Getting them to give you something is going to make a much more solid appointment. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, you do not have to get the utility bill on every appointment to set. Don't be that guy that's not like, oh, I'm not going to set it, then give me a utility bill. You know if it's a shit lead or if it's a good quality lead. Oh, I threw it away. I shredded it, whatever. Oh, I can't log into my phone. My wife has it, whatever that's going to be. If you get the semblance of where that bill is, like if they know what it is, and you know where people are just pulling your chain, they're not willing to go get the bill. They're willing to go get the bill. They've got some skin in the game. I know it sounds small, but anything that you can get them to give you something gets them to get a little bit closer, a little bit closer. You're no longer pushing, you're pulling at this point, and they're going to come a little bit closer by getting the utility bill. It sounds micro, but this is actually a big deal, be able to get that utility bill. If you get the utility bill, it's have a semblance of at least getting something from them. At the end, goes like this, something like this. Hey, listen, We're gonna come back tomorrow at 5 p.m. We're super excited to share this with you. But what are you most excited about to see out of your solar report? What are you most excited about to see? Well, I'm excited to see the battery. I'm excited to see the savings. I'm excited to see the certainty, the predictability. Okay, good. That's what I'm excited about too. Hey, by the way, too, we schedule these, so we just schedule these back to back. If there's any possibility, I know things pop up. You're not taking food off my plate by rescheduling, but if something pops up, just shoot me a text and let me know so that we don't waste time and we can fill somebody else in that slot. Does that work good for you? Okay, perfect, thank you. Look them right in the eye, shake them hand. So at this point, what?
Tie down?
Make it sticky.
Phone number, email.
And actually, one of the things that I've noticed too, especially in the tie down at that point, when they get the utility bill, it really sets you above other people when you can sit there and like actually show them like where the changes